My name is Becky Ashford and I'm chairperson of this team that are discussing the proposition that we should not stop giving to the Philippines after Typhoon Haiyan. I would like to thank you all for coming tonight, and especially to the members of the Rotary Club who have put a tremendous amount of effort in organising this event for us. To my left is Keir Valentine, our main speaker for this evening, and to my right is Lee Booth, our proposer for the vote of thanks. This year, we have been given the opportunity to share with you our passionate views on the subject that we should not stop giving to survivors of Typhoon Haiyan. Firstly, let me tell you a bit about Keir and Hebe. Keir in his spare time enjoys playing tennis and competing in gymnastics. Hebe enjoys spending time with her much-loved long-haired dashing Eddie, and when she grows up would love to be a lawyer. My colleagues and I have only been public speaking for about 3 months, but are really enjoying it, and I hope you enjoy Keir's speech tonight, which is talking about a subject very close to her heart. Typhoon Haiyan was a devastating natural disaster, killing thousands of people. Keir's uncle lives in the Philippines and has been giving her regular updates on how they are coping, and we shall be hearing a short extract from one of his emails shortly. Keir will also be talking to us about the destruction of houses and how it will affect the Philippines in the future, but most importantly, why we should not stop giving to the survivors of the worst typhoon ever to hit Earth. Thank you, and now I hand you over to our main speaker, Keir Valentine.
Thank you, Becky. Imagine the terror you would feel if Typhoon Haiyan, the strongest storm on record, hit Monmouth like it did the Philippines on Friday, the 8th of November 2013. It brought torrential rain, continuous winds of over 195 miles per hour, and a 30-foot surge of water that devastated coastal areas. I am here today to talk about the recent disaster that devastated the Philippines. Now, I know this country is very generous in giving money to those in crisis, but what is important is that we keep giving, for it is after the disaster that people also need our help to rebuild their communities, their homes, their schools. Millions of people were affected. 4 million have had their homes completely destroyed, and a further 10 million have had their homes partially damaged. Countless people have died. Entire towns are gone. Piles of dead bodies lay in the streets. Hungry, homeless, and afraid. Children who have survived the typhoon are now struggling to survive, many all alone. I'm sure if it was your child, you would want to help them. We must help these children and adults get back on their feet. A few months on, bodies are still in the streets being uncovered, but change is happening. Aid is getting through. Markets open, pork, fruit, vegetables are all for sale. Shredded trees are growing new leaves, and above all, the sound of the city getting back on its feet fill the air. But this is only Tacloban City, where Typhoon Haiyan hit the worst. We must help these many smaller towns and villages outside of Tacloban, for they need our help as well. A few years ago, in 2008, my family and I went to visit my Uncle Robert, who has lived and worked in the Philippines for the past 24 years. He and his family were lucky. They survived, and right now, they're just thankful to be alive. Whilst I was in Cebu, I went to visit a village. It's so easy to see how a small wave washed it away, their houses and their villages away, because they don't have enough money to buy land, so they have to build their houses on water, on stilts. Their ceilings and walls are only woven rushes. Just a single wave could have knocked it down, never mind a 30-foot surge. Many of the villages in the Philippines are fishing villages, so when the typhoon came, their boats were completely shredded. I mean devastated, completely wrecked. Now they can't fish, so they have little to eat, and no income. The typhoon has devastated many villages, but it's hard for aid to get through, because they're spread across so many different places. Nonetheless, the people are desperate for our help. My Uncle Robert has been sending me regular emails, updating me on what has been going on in the Philippines. Here are some extracts. I got back a list was a while ago. It was very depressing. We were 6 hours driving, 3 hours up there and 3 hours back. I drove mostly, but we brought our driver along just in case we got mobbed giving out the food. It didn't happen, but we heard it happen to others. People here will be without electricity for maybe 3 or even 6 months. That's the depressing part. In the whole day, we didn't see any electric workers or team or truck, even along the main highway. It seems nothing has started in Cebu yet. They've been quick to cut back the fallen trees, which are everywhere. And today, cell phone signal was working. I didn't see any organised group anywhere, even along the main highway. All the way up the road, there were kids with signs on the side, with signs saying, "We need water," and things like that. It's really depressing. Cars are stopping and giving them things, but that's only one line up the whole of the country. The average Filipino is amazing. Maybe it's because they're so used to having so many natural disasters in this country, but despite the current destruction, they're so happy. They stand in front of what remains of their houses, laughing and smiling, joking, and even posing for photos. They simply get on with life, never complaining. It makes you wonder about us in the Western society, who have a need to complain. As Rob says, people there are very optimistic. He and his workers are working to make villages better than ever before, for if another typhoon or storm were to come, their houses wouldn't be knocked over. This is only the beginning, though. They need money from us to rebuild their businesses and their houses. Tourism is crucial to the country's economy. The Philippines is made up of thousands of beautiful islands, many of them unaffected by the typhoon. So if you're thinking of going on a long, hot, sunny holiday this year, then please consider the Philippines. It's a relatively undiscovered tourist destination, and out of over 7,000 islands, only 6 of them have had havoc caused on them. And those that have are quickly getting back on their feet. Most tourist activities are fully functional and fully open. The country is not only safe and beautiful, but it's indeed a huge boost in the economy. So just by going there, you'll be helping to save lives. Please don't stop giving. The Philippines is making the most of it, and they're so grateful. This is why I and this house believes that we should not stop giving money to the Philippines until they're completely back on their feet. Thank you.
Thank you, Kit. Very prominent account of the matter. The question is this: how can we be sure that donations are going to be effectively targeted where they're required?
Thank you for your question. Well, we cannot be ever sure of our money getting straight to the people. However, we must have trust in the charities, for if no one had trust, then no money would ever get through. And these people would they would die if they didn't have food. So we have to trust that they will. And 99.9% of the time, money does get through. I know that because my uncle has told me. However, there are those few scam charities that just keep the money. Now, I see your point, and please don't stop giving, for they will get some money, they will get most of the money, and they really need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. First of all, I would like to thank my colleagues Becky Ashford for chairing this meeting and Kia Valentine for giving such a personal speech, which I'm sure we all found very touching. I certainly never considered going to the Philippines on holiday, but I'm sure many of us will now. I think we all picked up that we should not stop giving to the Philippines because it needs our help to build up its homes, businesses and economy. And we must help disasters that are unpreventable rather than preventable ones, because everyone in an unpreventable disaster is a victim, whether they're rich or poor. I would like to thank the other competitors for doing such an excellent job and making it a very tough competition. The audience for listening, and I hope you enjoyed our meeting. The Shire Hall, a big thank you for letting us use this wonderful courtroom where, as the historians among us may know, where the last charters were tried. I would like to give a huge thank you to the Rotary Club and the judges for organising and putting so much effort into this event, and I hope you will join me in applause.